Hey, this is Wes up at Daddy Jack's. I just wanted to bring you guys a couple newer items that we have up in the shop and kind of show you a couple things about them. First, I got the Dovpo Authentic Corsair mechanical mod. It's one tube. It's all copper. Hits really hard. It's got the silver-plated pins in it. Just a basic spring-loaded switch. I'll kind of show you how to put that together. Pretty much, you want to start with your top cap. You're just going to put your atomizer on there. It's got a little floating pin. Takes a little bit of force just at first if it's all the way up. There you go. And it kind of adjusts itself. Then you just have your little battery rattle dial here that you just kind of turn depending on your battery. We're going to hold off on that until we put the rest of it together. Button's pretty simple. You got this little bottom portion with the switch. Then you have your spring that goes in here. You just put the top portion on, and then you're going to screw down this little screw to hold it all together. And it also allows you to kind of change the throw, so if you want to give a good press to start firing it, you can kind of back it off a little bit. If you want it to be real short, you barely have to press it at all, you can tighten it up. That's how I like it, so I'm going to keep it nice and tight. Once you do that, screw it on the bottom a little bit, leave it backed off a little bit for room for your atomizer, so you can take the top cap now and screw that down. Now you can just adjust your little, got your adjustment there to make the battery fit so it doesn't rattle around. You got a tight fit, so now you're good to go. Now we got the Aspire Atlantis tank. It's a new sub-ohm tank that came out. They come stocked with 0.5 ohm coils is what's available right now. In the future they're going to be coming out with a little more of a variety of resistances, but pretty much the awesome thing about this tank is it allows you to get all the benefits of rebuilding without having to rebuild. You just take the coils like your standard bottom fill tank, screw it in here, and you're going to take your top portion, you take your glass, press fit in right there. You got some little clamps that kind of hold that in to keep it airtight and snug. And once you do that, you're going to take your juice and fill it up. You have these little notches here that actually create some surface tension, so you can actually fill it up a good portion above these little lower bars there and fill it up almost all the way. Then you're going to carefully screw this in down here. Takes a little bit of screwing, but that's okay. Get that all the way down. And the last thing you want to do when you have it full, screw it tight, and then you want to line up these little holes with the notches so that your juice can flow freely into your coil and your wicking system. And the last thing you got is a removable drip tip. A lot of people have been really liking it. It's a nice wide bore drip tip. I prefer a little bit of a shorter one myself, but kind of show you guys what this is all about. It's got a 0.5 ohm coil in it. It's got lots of airflow that allows you to kind of adjust that to your preference. It's nice and tight, so if you don't want to be restricted to the 4 settings you have, you got a small hole, even smaller, and wide open. I personally kind of like it in between wide open and a little back, so I kind of turn it a little bit. It's tight enough you can keep it where you want. And at a full charge battery, 4.2 volts, this 0.5 ohm coil is usually given out about a little under 29 watts, kind of just depends on the coil itself, but on a fresh battery it should be about that. So let's see how it vapes. So as you can see, this is pretty impressive for a stock tank. Didn't have to do any building or anything. I just take a coil, pop it in, fill up some juice, make sure it's saturated, and start vaping, and you can pretty much get clouds like that without really having to do too much tinkering or anything like that. So there you go. That's the Corsair by Dovpo. It's an authentic mechanical mod, and then the new Aspire Atlantis sub-ohm tank.